you have made it. You are here and you have finally found a video to make homemade goat's milk ice cream. At least that's how I would have felt had I found this video. So the reason why I felt that way quickly after we got our goats, wanting to make goat's milk ice cream, is because most ice cream recipes are geared around cow's milk, which just isn't the same in content or quality as goat's milk. Cow's milk naturally will separate from the fats and the creams, so most ice cream recipes tell you to take X amount of cream and mix it with X amount of milk. With goat's milk, we have a different case when it comes to the creams separating from the milk. The cream itself does not want to separate from the milk. It's naturally homogenized, meaning that everything, the fat globules, stay together for a prolonged period of time. This is one reason why it's hard to find goat butter, is because the cream or the fats don't separate very easily from the milk, not giving you a cream layer on top. And without that, or without a substantial amount of cream, it's really hard to make goat's milk ice cream doing it in a traditional way of adding cream to milk. But now, before we even get into this, we have to talk about taste, because most people are going to assume that goat's milk ice cream is going to taste bad or have a goaty or tangy taste, how it's sometimes described. Some way or form that they think this is going to taste bad, but it is incredible. And look at that. Now, I raise goats, so you may be thinking that my taste buds are off, and how could you trust me when it comes to what this tastes like? But let me tell you this, I absolutely hate anything that tastes even slightly goaty. So when it comes to raw goat's milk, you don't have that problem. You do not have a goat's taste in the milk at all under proper storage and handling cases. The only way you get that is time. So it's sitting in your fridge, the milk sitting in your fridge for a prolonged period of time. Depends on your goat, depends on your storage, 5-7 days. At that point, it's going to start to taste goaty, or pasteurization. But if you're buying goat's milk from the store and doing this, I don't know what it's going to taste like. You may like the goaty taste inside of there. The sugar may take away some of that goaty taste. I don't know. I do mine fresh and raw with no goat flavor at all. Tastes like incredible ice cream. And some of the reasons why this ice cream is so good is because it's goat's milk, because it doesn't separate and all the fats and the creams are naturally homogenized together. It makes a really amazing creamy ice cream that just has an incredible taste and an incredible texture due to the quality of the goat's milk itself. Now, enough of that, let's get started making ice cream. Ingredients, super simple. 3 cups of milk, 1 cup of sugar, 6 eggs, and a tablespoon of vanilla extract. Or more if you like it extra vanilla-y. First step is simple. We're just gonna crack our 6 eggs into the bowl and then add our 1 cup of sugar. Then we mix until everything is together. At this point, we add our 3 cups of milk. And then turn on the heat and stir, waiting for the milk to steam. There's a little bit of debate over this part on when to add the vanilla. I just like to add it at this point, right before I start to temper the eggs. Give it a little mix up. Temper the eggs so that they don't curdle immediately when we put them into the heat. Slowly heating up the eggs. Give it a little mixture. You don't have to be so careful at this point, but I like to slowly mix this all in. Oh. Okay, now we can add it all back together. Now here is the crucial part to making a custard, a really good custard for anything, not just ice cream. You want to keep stirring it, but you want to check the temperature. Eggs start to curdle at about 160 to 180 degrees, typically more so around 180 to 181. So we just want to make sure that our temperature is slowly rising and not getting above 181 degrees. I like to stop somewhere around the 175 region because it can curdle from 175 to 180. You'll start to see some curdles. And if you do this right, and if you can maintain that temperature and slowly raise it to that, you won't even need to strain your custard like some recipes call, because they just expect that you're going to mess up and curdle them, so they have you strain them. All right, we're getting close. It's 165, and you can start to see a change in the wall on the edge of the pan to see how well it's actually sticking to the sides. So the more creamy it will get, the more it will start to stick to the sides up at the top. I actually walked away from this for a second while the heat was on to fix the camera, and I got a few curdles in here just from what happened on the bottom. So that's why you gotta definitely keep mixing it, because I didn't. All right, it's at 172, and you can really start to see it coat the side of the pan, and it will do the same thing to the back of your spoon, where you can see a good coat being left on the back of the spoon. So we're pretty much there. We're good to take this off. Even though I'm at 172, I could go a little further, but I'm going to stop it right here. Turn off the heat. This is one of those pre-freeze type of methods where this bowl sits inside of the freezer overnight so that the liquid on the inside freezes and the aluminum on the side helps you cool down your ice cream. That's what helps mix the ice cream. It gets really cold on the sides as it coats and scrapes off the ice cream. This method doesn't continually get cold. As soon as you put ice cream inside of here, it will start to equalize and bring this to room temperature. So you cannot put ice cream that was warmed up directly in here, or you won't get an effective ice cream method because the warmth will cool this down too quickly. If you have a compressor method, you could put it straight in there, but let's help out the machine a little bit by cooling it down anyway. Get a bowl of ice water, strain your warm mix. And this will help rapidly cool this mixture, and we're just quickly cooling that down. Fun fact about this, we're done. This can be just a custard cream. You don't have to make this into ice cream. This just could be your finished custard. If that's what you're going to do, put this into the fridge for 4 hours or overnight and you're done, and I promise you this will taste so good. Not even being turned into ice cream. Just this alone is incredible. Now, if you have an ice cream machine without a compressor, with a pre-frozen bowl, now is where you will take your ice cream. This just isn't going to cut it. You need to put this into the refrigerator for at least 20 minutes to cool down even more, because you don't want to do anything to heat up these bowls. But I actually do have an ice cream maker with a compressor, so I don't have to worry too much about this temperature right now. We're just going to move to the next step. Now, the next step is to just make sure that your ice cream maker is running and add your liquid. Since we put this in warm, it's going to take about a full hour, just in my experience. If you did pre-cool it, it might not take that long. But the benefit of doing it this way, and the reason why it takes a little bit longer, is because you can get this to full hardness right outside of here. Full ice cream ready, straight out of the compressor unit. That is not the case if you're making it outside of these pre-frozen bowls. What's going to happen is when you finish your ice cream outside of one of the pre-frozen bowls, you're going to need to freeze your ice cream overnight. So take your ice cream that you made, even though it looks good and fresh, you still need to make sure that those crystals are fully set and it's fully creamy. So even though it looks like your ice cream is completely done, if you're doing it in one of the pre-frozen bowls, put it into the freezer overnight and you will have a lot better of an ice cream. With the compressor unit, on the other hand, you can get this as cold as you like and as close to fresh out of the freezer as you can. So it's ready to go straight out of the machine itself. Inside of the bowls, they take about 20 minutes to turn from custard to ice cream, and you can only do one at a time. You would have to refreeze this to do another batch of ice cream. Now while that's finishing off, let's just give you another look at this ice cream. Goat's milk ice cream, fresh eggs, fresh milk. Couldn't ask for anything more. Now this is just a vanilla base. You can get as creative with this same exact recipe as you want. You won't have to change anything. Just throw whatever you want into it and it will be amazing. I hope that you enjoyed this. I'll see you guys next time.